The NBA has always been a league of legendary duos, partnerships that dominate highlight reels and shape the course of basketball history. While some of these underrated duos from years back have received the recognition they deserve after their careers, many recent pairings that we've all seen risk being forgotten as the years pass. Getting right into it, the pairing of Chris Paul and James Harden in Houston from 2017 to 2019 was as electrifying as it was short-lived. Their partnership combined two of the smartest and most skilled offensive players in NBA history, and for a brief moment, they looked poised to dethrone the Golden State Warriors at their peak, a team many consider one of the strongest of all time. During the 2017-18 season, Paul's first season on the Rockets, the team finished with a league-best 65-17 record. This was mostly due to Paul and Harden's ability to lead coach Mike D'Antoni's experimental offense. Houston led the league in offensive efficiency with their relentless pick-and-roll action, isolation-heavy sets, and three-point shooting barrage, which ended up helping redefine modern basketball. The team's offense generated an astounding 42 three-point attempts per game, at the time a record-setting volume. The peak of their partnership came in the 2018 Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. Facing a juggernaut lineup featuring Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, the Rockets took a commanding 3-2 series lead, a feat no other team had done or ever would achieve against a fully healthy Warriors team in the KD era. Paul's heroics in Game 5 cemented his reputation as a fierce competitor. Despite Harden struggling with his shot, Paul scored 20 points, dished out 6 assists, and hit a flurry of clutch jumpers to seal a pivotal 98-94 win. Unfortunately, a hamstring injury sidelined Paul for the remainder of the series, and the Rockets' fortunes quickly changed. After the Warriors won out in Game 6, the real tragedy struck. In Game 7, the Rockets famously missed 27 consecutive three-pointers, a league playoff record, allowing the Warriors to claw back and win the series. Harden tried to carry the load without his co-star, putting up 32 points in Game 7, but without Paul's steady hand, Houston couldn't match Golden State's firepower. Had Paul stayed healthy, the Rockets might have won the championship that year. Winning a title would have cemented Paul and Harden as one of the all-time great duos. Unfortunately, the following season saw cracks begin to form in their partnership. While the Rockets remained a formidable team, finishing 53-29, they lost to the Warriors again in the playoffs, this time in the second round. Reports of tension between Paul and Harden surfaced, leading to Paul's eventual trade to Oklahoma City in the summer of 2019. Despite their abrupt end, the Paul-Harden duo remains one of the most underrated pairings in NBA history. Over their 2 seasons together, the Rockets posted an incredible 118-46 record in the regular season. Their influence on the modern NBA, especially their emphasis on spacing, isolation scoring, and high-volume three-point shooting, continues to shape the league today. While their story ended in heartbreak, the Paul Harden Rockets represent one of the greatest what-if scenarios in basketball history. There was a real chance that these two, surrounded by great shooters and a revolutionary coach, could have shattered the Golden State Warriors dynasty right at its peak. Of course, when discussing underrated NBA duos, it's impossible to overlook Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Now, hear me out. Despite their championship success, skepticism around the duo persists. Critics argue that Boston's deep roster, featuring players like Derek White, Jrue Holiday, Al Horford, and many more, carried the team just as much as its stars. Others dismissed their finals run due to the easy run that they had in the Eastern Conference playoffs. While these points hold some weight, they fail to acknowledge the role Tatum and Brown played in elevating the Celtics. Their ability to deliver in high-pressure moments and lead a team through the grind of an 82-game season and then a grueling playoff run is a testament to their greatness. What sets this duo apart is their versatile and especially complementary skill set. Tatum thrives as a versatile scorer who can create his own shot and set his own pace at all 3 levels, while Brown excels in transition, cutting to the basket, and defending elite opposing players. Tatum is also no slouch on defense when he's putting in the effort either, both contributing to Boston's top 3 defense last season. Perhaps the scariest thing about this duo is that they're still young. Tatum is just 26 and Brown is 27, meaning that they haven't even hit their athletic primes. If the Celtics continue to surround them with the right pieces, there's every reason to believe that they could add more championships to their resume. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown represent the next generation of NBA superstardom. In a league that has seen legendary duos like Kobe and Shaq or LeBron and Wade dominate, Tatum and Brown have the potential to etch their names alongside these greats. Now moving on to one that you might not expect. Few duos in NBA history that never found success together have had as much raw talent as Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on the Brooklyn Nets. When the Brooklyn Nets brought these two megastars together in 2019, it seemed inevitable that the team would dominate the league. Durant, one of the most efficient scorers in NBA history, paired with Irving, a wizard with the ball and one of the most clutch players in recent memory, was an extremely exciting prospect. While their on-court play was electric and they could have made another run or two, Durant and Irving's partnership was overshadowed by a near constant stream of off-court drama. Irving's refusal to get vaccinated against COVID-19 during the 2021-22 season caused him to miss a significant number of games due to New York's vaccine mandate. This created tension within the organization and left Durant, who basically just came back from an injury himself, to carry the team almost single-handedly for much of the season. Kyrie also missed a number of games with no proper explanation, promoted an anti-Semitic film while playing for Brooklyn, and even went against Steve Nash's word as head coach multiple times. In short, Kyrie had a troubled chapter with the Nets, and that's putting it lightly. Despite all of this trouble, in the 2020-21 season, the only year they played significant minutes together, Durant and Irving were spectacular. Durant's ability to score from anywhere on the court complemented Kyrie's elite ball handling and shot creation. Together, they formed one of the most unstoppable offensive duos in recent memory, capable of punishing defenses in isolation or within the flow of the game. It really didn't matter. The 2021 playoffs were a microcosm of Durant and Irving's tenure together, brilliance overshadowed by heartbreak. The Nets were heavy favorites to win the championship, boasting not only Durant and Irving, but also James Harden as part of a terrifying Big Three. However, injuries quickly derailed their campaign. Harden played through a hamstring strain, and Irving suffered a severe ankle injury in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. With Irving sidelined and Harden hobbled, Durant shouldered an unprecedented load. In the pivotal Game 5, Durant delivered one of the greatest individual performances in playoff history. He played all 48 minutes, scored 49 points, grabbed 17 boards, and dished out 10 assists, carrying the Nets to a narrow victory and keeping their season alive. Then came Game 7, and one of the most iconic shots in NBA history. With the Nets down 2 points in the final seconds, Durant hit what appeared to be a game-winning three-pointer, except his foot was just barely on the line, making it a long two instead. The game went to overtime, where the depleted Nets ultimately fell to the eventual champion Bucks. Durant finished that game with 48 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, cementing his status as one of the greatest playoff performers of all time. There is a very good chance that if Durant's foot wasn't on the line, that the Nets would have went on to win a championship, with KD and Kyrie finally freeing themselves from the narratives that surrounded them. However, their time together will likely be remembered more for what didn't happen than what did. The injuries, off-court controversies, and lack of continuity prevented them from achieving the ultimate goal of a championship or multiple. Had the duo stayed healthy and drama-free, they might have altered the NBA landscape. Durant could have silenced critics who labeled him a bus rider after joining Golden State, while Irving could have proven that he was much more than just a sidekick to LeBron James. For fans of the game, it's just a reminder of how even the most talented teams require more than just star power. They need health, cohesion, and just a little bit of luck. As the league evolves, the rise of duos over super teams may bring more partnerships like these to the forefront. Pairings that captivate, inspire, and remind us all why we tune into the NBA week after week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, maybe even subscribe. We appreciate everything, and we'll see you next week.